of better. And I think once you start saving, it becomes like a bit of an addiction.
Addiction, it becomes like a bit of an addiction. And also
once you start building up a little bit of money or whatever,
once you start building up a little bit of money or whatever, building up a little bit of money. Once you start building up a little bit of money or whatever. 일단 그렇게 하고 나면 once you start building up a little bit of money, or whatever, it's like
it hurts to like use it. It's like
right.
It's like it hurts. 막 돈 쓰면 마음이 아프고. 쓰라린가? 그렇구나. 그걸 it hurts 하다고 했었구나. It hurts. It's like it hurts. 좀 마음이 아파. 쓰라려. 마음이 아파. It hurts. Money, whatever, it's like it hurts to like use it. It's like I really don't want to see those numbers go down. 아, 숫자가 줄어드는 거. Oh, I really don't want to see those numbers go down. I don't want to see those numbers go down. You know?
It's like I really don't want to see those numbers go down.
Oh, it's like I really don't want to see those numbers go down, you know?
You know, and you kind of think about it and you go over it in your head about whether do I really.
You kind of think about it and you go over it. You go over it in your head about whether go over. 받아들여지다 하고 go over it in your head. Go over. 받아들여지다. 무슨 말이지? 받아들여지다. In your head about whether
really need to spend this money or not.
Do I really need to spend this money or not? 진짜 써야 되나? 말아야 되나? Do I really need to spend the money or not?
The reason why I started saving more deliberately a few years ago is because we have an expression in English which is save for a rainy day, which is basically like you never know what's going to happen.
The reason why I started saving more or deliberately started saving more deliberately a few years ago is because we have an expression in English which is save for a rainy day. Save for a rainy day 라는 말이 있대, 영국에. 어려울 때를 위해 모아놓다, 아끼다. Save for a money. Save for a rainy day. Save for a rainy day. Save for a rainy day, which is basically 그냥 말 그대로 basically basically which is basically 뭐라고 정리를 했는데 basically 볼 때마다 헷갈려. basically 그러니까 한마디로 말하면 결국 이런 뜻도 되고 You'll never know. 너무한 셈이야. 너무나 다름없어. 이런 뜻도 있고 두 가지 뜻인가? 그러면 그대로 하니까 그러니까 basically basically you never know. 그러니까 which is basically 그러니까 이게 맞는 것 같은데 which is basically 그러니까 한마디로 하면 이렇게 basically you never know 모른다는 거야. going to happen. Never know what's going to happen.
For a rain, like you never know what's going to happen.
You never know what's gonna happen. You never know what's gonna happen.
Life happens, and sometimes you have to spend money.
Life happens, and sometimes you have to spend money. 좀 써야 돼. Life happens 아니면 Life happens.
I don't know, maybe you have to move back home, and I
don't know, maybe you have to move back home, or
I think this was more important for me because I live in another country, that I thought I need to have a bit of a cushion.
I think this was more important for me because I live in another country that I thought I need to have a bit of a cushion 같은 게 있어야 돼.
We say cushion in English to mean like a financial buffer.
Financial buffer. 원충제. Financial buffer. The financial buffer 그런 말이 따로 있나? Financial buffer. Financial buffer. 그런 의미가 있구나. 재정적 공충장치. Financial buffer.
Kind of like a safety net almost, right?
Kind of like a safety net. Almost like safety net. Safety net. 안전망, 안전장치. 안전망 같은 거네. Safety net.
Right? If you get into a problem, then you have some money to make it through the problem without running into bigger problems.
If you get into a problem, get it. 뭐뭐 하게 되다. Get into 뭐뭐 하게 되다. Get into a problem이라는 말이 있을 것 같아. Get into a problem. 그러네. 문제가 생기면 이런 뜻이네. 문제가 생기면. If you get into a problem, if you get into a problem, then you have some money. 그러면 some money to make it through. Have some money to make it through the problem. make it through 하려고 하지. 문제를 make it through. make it through. 아이고. problem. 통과하다. 헤쳐나가다. 이를 통과하다. But make it through the problem. Make it through the problem. Make it through the problem. 문제를 헤쳐나가고 without running into a big problem.
And that gives me a bit of peace of mind about.
And that gives me a bit of peace of mind about what I'm doing.
What I'm doing, just
Peace of mind. 마음의 평화를 준다는 것 같은데. Peace of mind. In this episode, Anna talks about saving money. She says that having some money saved for an emergency gives her a bit of peace of mind. 마음의 평화를 준다고 해요. 평화를 주다. Gives her a bit of peace of mind. When something gives you peace of mind, it helps you feel more calm and secure. In this example, having some money saved helps Anna feel safer and less worried about her finances. This phrase is usually used with the verbs to give or to have. 평화를 주다. 평화를 갖게 하다. 이런 거 쓰는데. You can say you have peace of mind or something gives you peace of mind. Have peace of mind gives you peace of mind. It's also common to use this expression with the preposition for. For example, you can do something for for peace of mind. Do something for. Another example would be if you felt unsafe in a big crowd, you would put your wallet in your inside pocket for peace of mind. Peace of mind. 마음의 안정을 위해 for peace of mind. Here are a couple more examples with peace of mind. For peace of mind. Peace of mind gives me 마음의 평화를 줘. 마음의 평화를 줘. Gives me a bit of peace of mind. And that gives me a bit of peace of mind. Peace of mind. For my peace of mind. Peace of mind.
Knowing that I have a little bit of money that I just keep safe, locked away, I don't touch.
Just knowing that I have a little bit of money, that I just keep safe, locked away. I don't touch it.
I don't use that money ever. And I just know that if I have a really urgent problem or something that
If I have a really urgent problem or something that happens,
then I can use that money. But
then I can use that money.
But as you mentioned, you touched on it very briefly there. Some people,
As you mentioned, 너가 말했듯이 as you mentioned, like you said, as you mentioned, you touched on it very.
for some people, it's just, as you mentioned, you touched on it very briefly there. For some people, it's just not possible to do that. Maybe they don't have the means to save at that time.
You touched on it very briefly there. For some people, it's just not possible to do that. Maybe they don't have the means to save at the time.
And I've been in that position as well, where maybe they don't have the means to save at that time. And I've been in that position as well, where I haven't had the money to save something. So, I mean, it's almost like a luxury to be able to save money as well. And I think it's important to say that, is that not everybody's in the position.
You touched on it very briefly. For some people, it's just not possible to do that. Maybe they don't have the means. I've been in that position as well, in the countries where I have had money to save something. So I mean, it's almost like luxury to be able to luxury to be able luxury luxury인데
luxury
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 luxury luxury something it's like luxury luxury almost like luxury to be able to save money as well. 럭셔리 같은 거? 사치품? 호화로움? luxury, 사치, 호사? 호사? 호사야? 자주 누릴 수 없는 기쁨, 혜택 같은 거? 호사? 이거 같았다. luxury. 근데 이거는 luxurious야. luxury. 근데 이거는 luxurious인데.
luxurious,
luxurious.
luxurious,
luxurious.
luxurious,
luxurious.
luxurious.
이건 명사형이구나. 그랬던 것이었어. 아이고야.
As you mentioned, you touched on it very briefly there. For some people, it's just not possible to do that. Maybe they don't have the means to save at that time. And I've been in that position as well, where I haven't had the money to save something. So, I mean, it's almost like a luxury to be able to save money as well. And I think it's important to say that, is that not everybody's in the position.
It's almost like a luxury to be able to save money as well. And I think it's important to say that not everyone's in a position. 모두가 그렇게 할 수 있는 건 아니다. I think it's important to say that. I think it's important to say that not everyone's in a position. I think it's important to say that.
Position.
100%. 100%.
100%.
Yeah, not everybody's in the position to be able to do that.
Not everyone's in the position to be able to do that.
And I wish everyone had that kind of peace of mind as well, because
I wish everyone had that kind of peace of mind as well. 좋겠어. That kind of peace of the mind as well. 그랬으면 좋겠어. I wish had.
because it does make you feel a little bit more relaxed about things. But
Because it does make you feel a little bit more relaxed. I feel relaxed. 그게 안 되잖아. Make you feel a little bit more relaxed. I feel relaxed. 편안하게 해주잖아. Relaxed about things.
equally, some people have the perspective of, why save? Just spend all the
But equally, some people have the perspective of why save. 근데 왜 적용해야 되지? 이런 사람도 있어요. Have the perspective of why save.
spend all the money that you have. Some
Just spend all the money that you have. 그냥 있는 돈 다 써. Spend all the money that you have. Just spend all the money that you have,
people are very open about it. They're like,
Some people are very open about it. They are like,
yeah, no, I just spend all the money that I have. I go and do.
I just spend all the money that I have. All the money. I will just spend all the money that I have. I go and do things.
I use that money to live in the moment.
I use that money to live in the moment. 그냥 순간순간 할 거야.
and do whatever. So some people have a very, very different outlook on saving.
Very, very different outlook. 관점을 가지고 있어. 관점이나 인생관. On saving. 뭐뭐에 대해서. On saving.
I think most people would probably think that saving was a good thing, but some people
I think most people would 할 거야. Probably. I think most people would probably think. 대부분 사람들이 그렇게 생각할걸? I think most people would probably think that. 나는 일단 그렇게 생각할 거라고 생각해. I think most people would probably think that saving was a good thing.
are really on the opposite hand. They're like,
But some people are really on the opposite hand. 반대편에 있겠지. The opposite. 반대편.
no, I'm just going to spend the money that I have. Save.
No, I'm just going to spend the money that I have. I'm just going to spend the money I have. Save? Save for
Save
what?
for what?
Or
Save for what? 뭐 때문에 저런 말해? For what?
or even spend money that they don't have as well.
Even spend money 그래서 they don't have as well. 없는 돈 가지고 꺼내다가 썼겠지.
Exactly. Oh, that's a good point. I've always
Exactly. Oh, that's a good point. 진짜 딱 잘 말했어. That's a good point.
been worried about having a credit card because
I've always been worried about having a credit card. Because
I worry. I don't know if I fully trust myself to have a credit card.
I don't know if I fully trust myself. I don't know if I fully trust myself to have a credit card. So
I've never had a credit card.
Oh, interesting.
I've
never had a credit card. Oh, interesting.
never had a credit card.
I never had a credit card. I've just never
delved into that zone.
delve into that genre. Delve into. 하다. 그러면서 철저하게 조사하다. Delve into that genre.
Even though it would be probably great for me to get a credit score and whatever, but I've never.
Even though it would probably be great for me to get a credit score and whatever. 그치, 표현이 궁금했어. Even get a credit score and whatever, great for me. Probably great for me. Cool. 포인트 쌓는 거 말하는 것 같아. 카드 포인트 쌓는 거. Get a credit score. Great feeling. Get a credit score and whatever. But I've never had a credit card because honestly, I don't trust myself with it.
Never had a credit card because honestly, I don't trust myself with it.
Trustly, I don't trust myself with it. Trustly, 솔직히, okay. Trustly, I don't trust myself with it. I don't trust. 난 나랍니다. I don't trust myself with it. I don't trust myself with it.
And I think people need more education about personal finances when they're younger. Like,
I think people need more education about. 좀더 교육을 받아야 한다고 생각해. 어릴 때부터 어릴 때부터 더 교육을 좀 받아야 한다고 생각해. I think people need more education about 이런 거에 대해서 when they are younger. When they are younger. I think people need more education about personal finances when they're younger. 그러니까 더 어렸을 때부터 그렇게 한다고 생각해.
like when you're like, I don't know, in your teenage years, to know about this kind of thing with credit cards, because I know some people that have gotten some really difficult situations with credit cards.
Because I know some people that have gotten some really difficult situation with credit cards.
Spending money, to do things or whatever, and
To do things or whatever.
I understand why people use them. I'm not
And I understand why people use them. I'm not criticizing people
that do.
I'm not criticizing people that do. 아이고. People. Criticizing people that do.
But I know people that have gotten into some really stressful situations with credit cards.
But I know people that have got into some really stressful situation with credit cards.
And I think that people need to be educated a bit more about personal finance when they're younger.
I think that people need to be educated. 그리고 받아야 한다고 생각해. I think that people need to be educated a bit more about personal finance when they are younger. Need to be educated.
Love to have a bit more education about that. Saving money, why it's
I would have loved to have a bit more education about that, saving money. I would love to. 좋았을 것 같아 이런 말인 것 같은데. I would have loved to. 했었으면 좋았을 것 같아. 했었으면 더 좋았을 것 같아. I would have loved to have a bit more education about that. I would have loved to. 과거 상황에 대한 거죠? 과거에 대한 가정이나 상상. 상황에 대한 Doesn't trust her. Not trusted. I would have loved to have a bit more education about that. 썼으면 더 좋았을 것 같아. 그때 그랬으면 더 좋았을 것 같아.
It's good to save money. If you don't save
Why it's good to save money. If you don't save money,
money, this is what might happen, or
this is what might happen. 이런 일이 일어날 거고.
if you get a lot of credit cards,
If you get a lot of credit cards, 카드를 많이 만들면
you could be in this situation in the future. This is
you could be 이런 상황에 빠질 수 있어. In this situation in the future.
how credit cards work.
This is how credit cards work. Yeah. 신용카드가 어떻게 이렇게 되는지요?
It's not actually your money.
Right.
It's not actually your money. 이런 식으로 작동해.
Right? Do you know what I mean? Like you have
You
to
know
pay.
what I mean? Like you have to pay back. 갚아야 되잖아. Pay back 해야 되잖아. Like you have to pay it back.
It back.
Yeah.
I think there needs to be a bit more of that around personal finances.
I think there needs to be a bit more of that. 더 있는 거 around. A bit needs to be a bit more of that around personal finances and education.
And education around that, definitely.
I absolutely agree with you. When I was a high school student,
I absolutely agree with you. When I was a high school student,
I took accounting classes, so
I took accounting classes. 되게 수업 들었다고. Took accounting classes.
learned about,
how to
do bookkeeping
do
for small
bookkeeping
businesses,
for
but we
small
never
businesses. Bookkeeping 뭐지? Bookkeeping. 회계장부. 뭐를 쓰다. What to do.
had any personal finance
We never had any personal finance classes.
classes. We didn't learn about investing.
We didn't learn about investing.
We didn't learn about credit. We
We didn't learn about credit.
learn about student loan.
We didn't learn about student loan. And mortgage.
And mortgages.
mortgages. 주택담보대출. 그치? mortgages. mortgage. 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 담보대출. 인자금. mortgage.
And different savings.
different savings strategies.
Strategies. I
saving strategies.
think that's really important to have, a society that's financially literate.
I think that's really important to have a society that's financially literate. literate. 재무적으로 할 수 있는 거. literate. 글을 읽고 수준. 그러니까 재무적인 거를 이해할 수 있는 거. literate can be a bad thing.
Can't be a bad thing. Can't be a bad thing. So I don't know why Canadian schools don't offer that. It would be interesting to hear from our listeners and to see if their countries do offer a kind of personal finance class in high school for students.
It would be interesting. It would be interesting to hear from our listeners and to see if their countries do offer a kind of personal finance class in high school for students.
I'm sure that there are some countries around the world that do.
I'm sure that there are some countries around the world that do.
Unfortunately, Canada isn't one of them, and it sounds like the UK isn't one either.
No.
And it sounds like the UK isn't one either.